Today is September 30th, 2024, and today I'd like to do a little update on the hawk signal over here at Pershing Boulevard and McCann Avenue. So I read that this light that's over here at McCann Avenue is scheduled to be enabled, turned on, tomorrow on Tuesday. We'll see if that ends up being the case. By the time you see this, it might already be enabled, operating, but they've definitely made some changes with the signage over here. So the first thing you'll notice, I know it's kind of hard to see, they put in this new sign right here that indicates that there's a pedestrian crossing ahead. And they also put in a new flashy. You can see the old one behind the pedexing sign there. They've made some changes to that as well. Here is the new one. It has a light on the front and back of the pole. I'm sure the same will be the case of the one down there. You can see the old light right here for this direction, the eastbound direction. You can see that that one only has the single light facing this direction. You can see it. And that one is also quite a bit shorter, so maybe the new one will be better for bigger trucks and stuff. You can see their warning sign here saying pedexing. They've had the right lane here on both directions closed for a while, and they also put in this temporary cross light that has been making it quite a bit easier for pedestrians to cross. They previously had these stop here on red signs, I think put right here. One here and one on the other side as well of the intersection to kind of help traffic see where they need to stop. They've been using this temporary signal though, I think I said that. It's kind of interesting how it's set up. I do want to show it. One concern I've seen people say, and I think they are right, you have to go into the street in order to push the button. And since this isn't really a street, it's more of a strode, it's not really the safest choice to do that. But when I press that button, this light turns yellow, the temporary one, and then turns red, and then I get to cross. And guess what? All the traffic stops, no issues. Look at that. It's also a lot shorter crossing distance. It's only got to cross 3 lanes instead of 5. Of course, that will soon not be the case. You can see there's a button here on this side. You can see how they have this set up, the hawk light though. So once the hawk light is operating, you'll push the buttons on one of these poles, and or in this case on the big pole. Each direction on McCann Avenue has one of these signs right here that will indicate that you can't turn right or left depending on which direction. On the topic of those little square electronic signs, I actually just noticed this one for the westbound traffic on East Pershing Boulevard. Let's go ahead and go down here for a second and take a look at the other school flashing light. Alright, so I apologize in advance for the really bright sun there. You can see here, we're on the other side though, facing westbound. You can see the new school light right there, which on the other side there is another one of those lights. I'll see if I can switch to low angle. And once again, you see their flashing pedexing light along with the old school crossing light, which again, this one is much shorter in height than the new one. Throughout the construction, just out of pure curiosity, I did test out the standard red, yellow, green temporary pedestrian signal they put in. I gotta tell you, it was infinitely better every single time that the light was in operation. I believe it was like the first or second night they had it there, they hadn't got the light fully functional. And when I tested it at that point with no button to push, it was a mess. It was a disaster, but once they got it in operation, everything was dandy. It worked just fine, no problems. I'm kind of hyped to see the hawk because at the end of the day, it's a lot better than the RRFB or even a standard no signal pedestrian crossing like what was there a long time ago at this intersection. Yes, the hawk is still a bit of a car-centric take in my opinion. Yes, it is kind of still putting emphasis on cars getting to point A to point B. But you know what? I don't know. I think this will help. In my recent video on this topic, I was wondering if they might actually make it possible to cross from either side, but as you can see, that is not the case. You cannot cross on this side of the street. You do have to go to this side, which you know what? Since the elementary school is on this side of the street, that side, I think it makes sense to do that anyway. So it makes sense to have it over here. So yeah, obviously this button won't work, but it looks like this is one of the ones that speaks, which is a good thing. That's a really good thing. We'll try crossing back one more time and then we'll wrap up. So it goes to yellow. I should have set up a secondary camera, but Yeah, look at that. This person stopped. Look at that. Everybody stopped. Heck of a lot easier. Way easier to cross here with the light than that RRFB. I guess my only thing is, this actually isn't too bad. They curved the sidewalk around it. They did a reasonable, decent job on that. This is my only thing that I don't care for as much. They still put this pole kind of in the middle of the sidewalk, so it is an obstruction for, say, a cyclist trying to go to this sidewalk. They might end up hitting this pole if they don't notice or something. But besides that, I do feel like this is a lot better than what was here previously. I do think there's still room for improvement, but I think I'll cut it there. Have a nice night, everyone, and stay safe.